said he's given a vague answer when he was asked whether US ground troops were being sent to Iran or not. He stated, and I quote, "If I told you the answer, my military wouldn't like me very much." Let's in fact listen in.
Well, I would say this, that if I told you the answer to that question, my military people would be very happy. But we have a lot of troops. We have unlimited ammunition. We have the greatest equipment in the world. And we are decimating Iran. It's about time. And frankly, it should have been done long before me. It should have been done.
Ajay Jandal is there, my colleague, to help us break down that statement of US President Donald Trump. Ajay, Trump now indicating that he wants to wind up operations in Iran, at the same time not giving a clear answer on whether or not he intends to send soldiers on the ground there. How do you view this, and what more details are we picking up?
U.S. and especially the Trump is continuously saying, he's basically, pressurizing the Iran by giving a statement that we have the best and the greatest weapons with them. And as far as the boots on the ground is concerned, he know that on ground, sending troops on the ground, that is not going to be that easy for the America as well. So that's why that seems to be the reason that Trump is, avoiding such things. But yes, we have seen that number of warship, the America have sent towards Iran. That clearly indicates that the way basically he got the response from the NATO countries, and he know that he has to go ahead alone, and he has that's the reason that he is sending the warships as well. So what is going to happen next, that has to be seen. But yes, his attempt to get a winner over Iran, that is going to be very tough. For last many days the war is going on, and still there is no result, and there is no pressure on the Iran, because they are retaliating very effectively even after their top leadership is totally eliminated.
All right, sure. Mr. Srivastava, I want to come to you again. How do you view Trump's changing statements ever since the war broke out on February 28 up until now? He's had many versions, many back and forths. Why do you think that change by the day has taken place in Trump's stance?
Well, there's no doubt that President Trump is unpredictable, and he's unconventional too, I must say. But with regard to United States of America's approach towards Iran is concerned, I believe that he is continuing with the policy of targeting Iranian Islamic regime, what the previous US president thought about. And since 1979 onwards, since the Jimmy Carter days, and since the US embassy went into siege for 444 days, and the entire US-Iran relationship turned into a relationship of force. I believe that the entire US-Iran relationship has. I believe that entire US-Iran relationship has gone into significant change, and I believe that that kind of a situation will has continued. But in my assessment, the overall US-Iran relationship went into, as I said, significant change after 79 onwards. So if you look at President Trump's approach, he has not done, in my views, anything new, and he has just implemented what the other president thought about, and he went ahead with this various plan of targeting Iranian Islamic regime. So I think, in my assessment, President Trump was very clear that he would certainly target Iranian Islamic regime, but with regard to his changing instances and behavior, that shows his unpredictable personality. But I must say, and must admit here, that this kind of unconventional behavior puts enemies always under pressure. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Iranian Islamic regime doesn't know that what kind of a step President Donald Trump would take tomorrow, and that sense of ambiguity. If a leader shows in the situation of a war, then I believe that it puts the adversary always under pressure, and that is precisely what is happening out there. Iranian Islamic regime doesn't know that what President Trump is thinking about. So I think that sense of ambiguity is another advantage which the United States of America is having because of the President Trump's personality and his unpredictable behavior.